Hello everyone, how y'all doing? Hope you're having a great day so far. I just finished watching Squid Game, which I enjoyed quite much. It's the number one TV series streaming on Netflix right now. Has been getting a lot of praise, and I enjoyed it quite much. And it got me thinking about making this video about the legacy of the Battle Royale genre, where it came from, the movies that are more iconic throughout the thing, and other references that also make some sense. So, some sort of like road on how society ended up in having a Squid Game being popular. So, I'm gonna get right onto it because I have quite a few things to show. So, Squid Game, as you already know, just came out this year, and it's been getting very good ratings. The concept of having a lot of people together for a common objective is not new. We already had a lot of those kind of movies back in the 80s and even TV series. And actually, Japan was one of the pioneers in that genre with Takeshi's Castle. It got translated into a lot of different languages. It showed on a lot of countries. We had it here in Portugal as well, translated, but mostly was about 100 contestants starting out, and then they start getting thinned as the games progress. And the idea was that they would have to beat this final competition, beat Takeshi's Castle in the end. And the more people who managed to reach the end, more they would divide the money between them. So this was very popular in the late 80s, and it somehow influenced the whole Battle Royale genre later on, as I will mention. Another aspect of Squid Game that is mentioned is the rich playing games with the poor for entertainment sake. And this is not new as well. Also in the 80s, there are a lot of movies that already reference this. Bloodsport is one of the most famous one, where they would have battles to the death just for rich people to be betting on and, prove who is the better fighter. But if we want to talk about movies that actually portray the emotional, dramatic aspect of being confined against your will into a certain thing and having to figure stuff out. I guess one of the main references is The Cube, which ended up having a lot of sequels after it, and it's still one of the bigger references in terms of people trapped in a place that they don't really know how to escape. And we see a lot of cliches and tropes that became part of the follow-up movies, like the character that seems completely useless but somehow is key factor later on in the movie, or the betrayals between between people who are supposed to be friends as things start to escalate and get harder. Overall, it's an analysis on how human people would behave under extreme circumstances, and if they would, if their relationships would remain, and how they would deal with that, and how they would deal with losing other people and that kind of thing. So this leads us into the actual Battle Royale that existed. It was originally a novel, I believe, and then it was adapted for the screenplay, and it's the story of a lot of students that were put into this island and forced to kill themselves, and only one must survive out of the entire troop. So very Japanese in concept, like first of all putting the students in instead of grown-up people. That's very Japanese. People have this obsession with high schoolers and them being like the heroes of a lot of things. It's a lot of themes on manga, and it ends up being reflected on a lot of movies as well. And this is the movie that really started the genre, when the genre got coined. A lot of people get thrown into a situation and only one must come out of it. Other movies popularized it later on, but this one was the original Battle Royale, where the name comes from. Then we have other similar stuff like Saw, for example, also became very mythical and brought more horror into the whole concept. Somehow like Cube, but more of with a serial killer vibe to it. And it also had a lot of sequels. And it's also a similar thing. Few people put into this position of being captive inside a room, a building in this case, and they have to make a difficult choice if they want to live or die. Sometimes unaware, sometimes aware, and there's this whole psychological thing going as well. Another big reference to the Battle Royale genre for me is Gantz Graf, not Graf, just Gantz. I confuse with Gantz Graf because it's a music by Otek. It's just called Gantz, and it's very similar concept to Battle Royale, but the characters are picked randomly, the competitors, and they have these whole different kind of challenges that have to go through. So it's not against each other, killing each other, but battling an unknown force. And this generated a lot of spin-offs. I think it was originally a manga. There were a lot of manga spin-offs. There was live action that was made. I think another one is coming up. A lot of stuff generated from Guns, and it's quite a big, very big franchise, mostly in Japan, but some of it came across as well. Other references that exist, The Condemned, similar thing. People get thrown into an island, one must survive. Death Race is also an interesting take. There's Death Race from 2008, and there is Death Race 2000 from the 80s, which had slightly different topic. On the original Death Race 2000, the drivers had to kill other people, and the form that they would kill would give them extra points. This one is more relatable to the Battle Royale format, where you have people that are battling for their lives. In this case, it's convicts that are given this option of choosing to fight to the death for their freedom, and sometimes forced to do that. Other movies that exist, The Tournaments, about serial killers killing each other, similar vein. The Maze Runner, sort of a similar trope. A lot of people put together in this weird situation and they have to get out. The Hunger Games was one of the movies that really popularized the genre. I read the books. I really liked them a lot. The movies were not as good. At least it felt too tacky for me. But the books I really enjoyed, and it really had a lot of the original Battle Royale feeling into it, but with a more... how do you say, it's not Hollywood, but more Western approach, not the Japanese cliches sort of thing. So I really enjoyed the Hunger Games, and it was such a huge hit that it popularized Battle Royale a lot. A few other movies worth mentioning: Circle, the Belko Experiment, a more American version of the Battle Royale genre again. And then how the Battle Royale genre really took off for me was because of this game, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, also known as PUBG. This was been developed in beta for a few years. Got a huge traction overnight. It seemed to explode in popularity. Everyone was playing it, and the concept was directly copied from the Battle Royale. They had different modes in it, but this mode ended up being the most famous one. 50 people thrown into an island, only one must live. Fortnite then became popular, which was pretty much stealing the concept from PUBG, but giving it like a more cartoony sort of look. And a lot of other video games had tried to copy the same thing, and that really popularized the whole Battle Royale aspect. And I think that's one of the reasons why Squid Game is being so popular right now, is because of the whole Battle Royale hype that still is among the youths right now. Another game worth mentioning, Fall Guys, and then there's also Apex Legends. There's also worth checking out, which I didn't made a tab for, but we can have it right here. All of them doing the same concept, put people in an island, only one must live. So yeah, these were the main things that I wanted to reference about Squid Game. I really enjoyed the series, as I mentioned before. I love a few of the details. I think it was very well explored in terms of a series. Instead of having just a single movie, it really gives you room to explore the relationships between the characters, the build-ups between the different challenges, and I think that really worked very well for Squid Game. I really enjoyed the entire series. References to Escher and Penrose were also very interesting to see. Although not really related to the original Battle Royale sort of genres. The lore behind the animal masks is also something that's very prevalent in a lot of different franchises, which was also a nice touch. And the cliches that I already mentioned before of relationships and betrayals and people reacting in a certain way, the rich using the poor for entertainment, all those things are very well put together, and I think it really made a really good series. So yeah, I really recommend people check out Squid Game. Anyways, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed this rundown throughout the different stuff that for me is what culminated into the Battle Royale being as famous as it is right now. And yeah, put your comments on the comment box below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that jazz. If you enjoyed this video, also please consider supporting me, the creation of more of this kind of content through patreon.com/psenough. That's it for now. See you next video. Bye bye everyone. Take care.